Hello and welcome to the latest thrilling installment of the Carrion Crown, where we have more exciting and terrifying adventures. We have just finished a run-in with the penal system of Ravengrove. The whole company is presently in jail for something that we may or may not have done, and there may or may not have been extenuating circumstances. So let the episode of, what are we wearing? Like black and white stripes are the new adventuring gear begin. Take it away, Doom Boy.
Cold leather is the new black.
Hey.
Yes. I thought I was going to be doing the introductions, but yes, welcome back, folks. Our party had a rather routine checkup with Pharasma where they were to be questioned for a potential murder. Then, after a slip of the tongue, the sheriff decided that while he had them there, he was going to ask them about a case that he was looking into. And lo and behold, he found them to be kinda guilty. They murder people, but in self-defense, so that makes it okay, and were sentenced to a single day in jail. They then put up some resistance and were sentenced to 2 days in jail. And then Cyphus put up some resistance and they were sentenced to 3 days in jail. Not wanting to push their luck any further, they found themselves in their cells, where after ratting on Gibbs' Hephaestus, they found him in jail as well. A bit of brutality from the sheriff led to him being thrown behind bars with his cuffs on, as they were waiting for him to rat everyone out. The party was a bit curious as to whether Gibbs might be the mysterious man they'd been hunting for, as Cyphus was quick to blame anyone that walked on 2 feet.
Hey, now, hold on.
Yes, you blame Sika as well, I'm certain.
No, I only blame the guilty party.
So yes, it is about midday. There's not much to do, as that is the basic design of prison. You've just had some lunch from Kendra, and you find yourselves in your...
So this is the second day of our incarceration?
Day 1.
It's day 1?
This would be day 1.
Oh, great.
And I am playing the harmonica badly.
He's really found a note that he enjoys, and he's playing his heart out on that note.
Out of curiosity, are we allowed like pen and paper in there, or is it just we don't have anything on our person?
You may ask if you...
Oh. Alright. I guess I'll turn to the deputy if he's on duty and just go, is it alright we have pen and paper here, I guess just to pass the time and review some things. My actions for one.
The deputy clambered off his seat. Don't know what my dad would say. I don't think he'd get too upset. You can tell he's the younger of his brother.
Yeah.
Alright, you're not gonna do any magic stuff, are you?
Nah.
Tell me
Contrary
the
to
truth,
how
I'm a cop.
I try to tell the truth when I was in the presence of Pharasma, but don't worry about it. If it's not worth the trouble if you get in more hot water over it. I appreciate the consideration, though. Then I'll just turn it in.
I appreciate the honesty, as he hands you a small bit of ink, a quill, and a scroll.
Thank you, much appreciated. Thank you, much appreciated.
Haha, you fool! Now using these materials we can summon.
Absolutely nothing, because
Cthulhu monster.
nothing really. None of us are summoners, so nice bluff. But yeah, all I do is scare him and earn us another day in the clink.
Weird look, but okay.
No, Jack is just sitting in the corner, glaring like a small demon at anyone who looks in his general direction.
I am constantly looking in his general direction.
He's constantly making eye contact.
Let the staring contest
City.
begin.
Jack, nobody wants a poopy pants. Come.
Every 8 minutes, I need to remind myself that Jack isn't a god.
Gnomes, goblin, kobolds, they're all the same.
Relatively speaking.
Listen, whenever the gods were making the three, they just had one set of brains left, so they just dumped. So, what are you writing up, Rigel? I almost said Cyphus.
Well, if it comes down to it, I'll share some of my paper with Cyphers if I'm allowed to, but essentially
Nope,
just...
don't want to.
He is boss from you.
No. Alright, essentially just reviewing notes on what we learned so far in the prison, what we learned from the Soriana and everything else. Again, it's trying to see through lines of what we've seen here too, and essentially trying to see from what we know, what could the Whispermary really want with essentially 5 prisoners that just sent there to die? Unless they're going to plan to do something else with them, they wouldn't be much service other than being a distraction.
You do remember that the Storiana said that she felt her husband's soul stolen from Harrowstone. That it may not be releasing the 5 that they had planned.
So if anything else, it could just be either a distraction or a weapon. That begs the question then, what could the Warden's soul possibly hold? Unless there's something else about him, divine power, pact, something like that.
You're not certain. Is anyone doing anything else?
I don't think so. Not much to do.
Raphael is just trying to be optimistic, considering he is in jail for something that he did not do.
He was crime adjacent.
F you, bud. Crime adjacent.
Despite being locked away in the cell, there being very little light or natural light coming in, you do feel the warmth of Saren Ray upon you, as though she was blessing this choice you have made.
Aww.
I am presently...
What about...
Sorry, were you going to ask?
Oh, I was actually about to ask you what you're doing, so very good. You
I am
mind.
presently sitting in the middle of the cell that I'm sharing with Rigel. I've got my holy symbols sort of in a circle around me, and I'm holding the one to Caden, and it looks like I'm praying, but I'm more, meditating or sort of doing a mind palace thing with all that I've learned so far. Contemplating.
Your mind goes back to that palace, that stronghold you have built through your many journeys, as you feel yourself walking along the street to it, seeing the many other palaces you've been told of by your brothers and sisters in your way. What about you, Grigori? What are you up?
Grigori's just taking a nap right now.
So,
Maybe you can use
What?
some of Kendra's packed lunch to do some gun maintenance. Grease it.
darndest thing, it just starts to melt.
I'd rather not damage my weapon.
Small tangent. I had another player who both of his guns broke on this same round, and we joked that the night before, my cleric trying to help him decided to clean his guns by just soaking them in a bucket, drying them off, and then putting them to the side. But tangents aside, minutes turn to hours as time seems to slowly crawl forward. It is as the evening is beginning to break that the changing of the guard comes about. The deputy is relieved of his service, and the sheriff takes over. He seems to just go about making sure that all the doors are properly sealed, that no one's made an escape, and just keeping an eye on Gibbs for a little bit. You there?
We will warmly exchange pleasantries.
He nods to you. Your cellmate, what's his name again?
Oh, is he asking Raphael?
He was asking you, Raphael, what your cellmates.
I honestly forgot who was in the cell with me.
So I'm with Rigel and Cyphus and Jack are together, so you're with Grigori.
I almost have it split based off a line.
Nice. Well, this tall drink of water is Grigori.
Grigori, nice to meet you.
This is point out Grigori is still napping right now. So he actually cannot respond.
That horizontal piece of water over there is Grigori.
Well, don't suppose you'd be willing to wake him up. I'd like to talk to him for a minute.
I don't know. He looks like he might need his beauty sleep. What the heck? I'm gonna like. Is there like a feather? I want to mess with him to wake him up. What's in the cell with me?
There's not much. There's a bucket. There are some bunks, though. The pillows have bits of straw in them, so that might do it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll definitely take. Like start tickling his nose and stuff to wake him.
You find yourself in
He sneezes.
peaceful sleep, suddenly broken by a buzzing bee around your nose.
He sneezes and wakes up.
And sorry.
You're okay. Rise and shine, sleepyhead. The sheriff is here to see you.
He kind of looks over at the sheriff quite sleepily and just nods. Ask your questions, Sheriff.
So, if I am not mistaken, you're a follower of Abadar, are you not?
I am.
I must say that it brings me a bit of pain to put away someone that is a follower, as my father raised me to be a worshipper of Abadar.
Well, I do not see it as incarceration, necessarily. This is more of a necessary pleasantry, I suppose. As I have committed no crimes, I feel no guilt in being here.
For me, that just makes it a little bit more painful. I can't imagine my pa would be too hard on me.
I'm sure he would understand, given the circumstances. You are simply doing your duty.
Well, I still don't think he'd appreciate it all the same. He was a very devout follower, and I can't say that it's the same. As of, after leaving home, I kind of dropped my ways to Abadar, not believing that any god should lead my hand in upholding the law, even Abadar.
It is your own decision.
Cyphus mutters quietly, all gods are lies.
I will have him roll a perception check.
Let me see if I actually hear that.
By all means.
It's really quiet though.
That's for the perception check to decide. I'm going to give a small bonus due to you spending a lot of time with Cyphus. You do hear him mutter something. You catch the words gods and dead, and you can fill in the blank.
I just shoot him a glare for a moment.
Sorry! Didn't mean to interrupt the conversation.
What?
Please go on.
Yeah.
So,
At least-
one moment. As I roll Intimidate.
Yeah, no, you intimidated me! I'm sorry, Gregory. Please, go on with the conversation. Don't mind me. Just watching Jack.
See, it's not just like that he glares at him. It's that he like stares at him for a moment and smiles. So it's not quite an angry glare. It's more like, I'll get back to you on that. We'll discuss this later.
Yeah. Seemed only fit in a race before. It's the same way I tried to lead myself, and sometimes I got my doubt about my judgment, but nothing I can do about it. I've made my... Where are you from, Grigori?
I'm from Ustalav.
Ain't we all, except that fella. And maybe that fella, as he points to Raphael and...
Yes, Kurtad in particular.
What was that?
Kurtad in particular.
I've not heard of it. Perhaps one day I'll visit.
One day, perhaps.
Well, feeling mighty bad about it, I figure I'd do you a bit of a kindness. He takes his keys and undoes the door for you. Unfortunately, I have to be watching all the prisoners, and I can't be letting any of them out of my sight. But I also need to be making sure that all of you are well fed. So, with that in mind, I don't suppose a paladin of Abadar would be so kind as to run to the Laughing Demon and pick up some dinner for everyone.
Ooh, Gregory, I like my steaks medium rare. If you would, please, thank you.
Ah.
I'll take some of the wolf and sheep clothing. You'll get nothing, you'll deal with it.
I am quite fine.
Gregory? I
What?
suggest you go before, Jack decides to break out and go get food himself.
That is a very
Fine
good idea.
then.
Jack has worn through all of his spoons in any attempt to tunnel. Alright then. He hands you a small bit of coin and asks everyone what they want, gathering your orders, especially what I assume would be a rather large order from Jack. He hands you the appropriate amount of money to go and...
Right, then I will take this little list of orders and I will go around and get them, respectively.
Yep. Jack is still sitting in the same corner he's been sitting in ever since he got in here.
Oh, of course.
Or so they think.
Yeah.
Bah.
Well, did he respond and tell him, Gregory what he wants?
Oh yeah, no, he gave him a decently large-sized order.
Well, at least I know he's still there.
Yeah.
Straw,
For me,
Jack, you have to worry.
I just don't know what he's doing over there.
No, that's fair.
He couldn't possibly get in trouble. He's in a jail cell.
Rigel, you're gonna have to
Fine.
speak up, bud.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess for Rigel is just a special. For me, it's just a special and maybe order of wolf and sheep's clothing. I guess I'm kind of lost in thought, and maybe some maybe some part of me feels magnanimous. I'll put it that way.
I'm gonna
So,
order
yeah.
the meat pie, and I would like some extra salt to go along with that, and one of those ecto coolers.
You know what? At this point,
Those are discontinued.
Damn it!
Oh.
Too late.
Yeah, there was a bit
Don't
of
need a
time only.
sheet for that. So, making your way out, Grigori. It's nice. The breeze. It's mystifying how uncomfortable that cell can become in such a short amount of time. But you walk amongst other folks, free as a bird, for a brief moment to make your way to the Laughing Demon. Gathering up your orders.
And then all of a sudden he denounces Zabadar and gets the hell out of Dodge.
I'm gonna worship Saren right now.
Oh, you
God
cheeky
bless
bitch.
What said you have to denounce for an evil?
Alright, well now that Gregory's gone, I will go back to playing my harmonica like a cat stepped on its tail.
Seems willing to let this go by despite a bit of discomfort as you play.
And Raphael just looks so pleased with himself, like he's not really aware of how bad he's playing. He's just happy to be able to play.
I think at some point I am going to snap at him. Like,
You are reaching out.
like
I mean, Grigori isn't there to stop you right
yeah.
now.
Well, I think I'm just gonna
Oh, check a girl.
go, Raphael. That sounds terrible. Can you please stop?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh my goodness. Let me at him. Let me at him.
All the while Raphael's playing, I'm trying to take notes with a pen, and every time he hits a high note or a sour note, he does a thing where it's like he has the pen and the paper and then just scribbles out of nowhere. He's trying to write a G, any kind of letter, but then it as if he's just scribbles out of nowhere. Yeah.
So as that's going on and my mind palace is crumbled around me, I am going to just open my eyes and say, Rigel, can I borrow some paper and a pen?
Sure, but if we're gonna try it, Deacon, just know I'll probably get caught in the blast radius. Just for food for thought, but here, and he does as he's asked.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some automatic writing. That is a check that gives me... it functions as the augury spell if I succeed, and if I fail, I just end up covering the paper in complete nonsense. So what I'm going to ask is... Will any good come out of us tampering with whatever demons are eating gibbs? Sure, metaphorically or physically. It's a linguistics check, DC 20.
Okay, make the. Officer Grigori, if you could roll me a quick perception check, I'd appreciate it.
Quick what?
Perception.
There you go.
Faintly, you hear. But fortunately, the music seems to mask that caterwauling. And what was the DC D6?
20.
Alright, yes. Unfortunately, nothing comes of your work.
Alright, so I'll probably spend like the next hour looking at what I wrote while in this trance state, trying to figure out what the hell I was on about.
So, what about the rest of you boys? Where do you hail from?
Artists, originally, though I've been just about everywhere.
I come of Varizia myself, but similar to Cyphus, I've been traveling a lot. Incidentally, I've been, I guess you could say, a guard of sorts for not just my family's caravans, but caravans as a whole. Kind of a day job, whenever I can do so. But yeah, I've been around myself as well.
And the rest of you?
I look over. Oh, I hail from Isgar, a small town called Hugin's Ear. Lovely fishing there.
I see. What about you, little man?
His head bobs up for half a second, and he just kind of goes, you never heard of it?
I traveled down a bit. I might.
And he lets out something in Orcish.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, told you never heard of it.
No, Gesundheit is the city right next door.
I'll turn to Jack and I'll say, now is that the Orkhold that's east of the Nambar River? Or the one on the west? North! Ooh, I don't think I've been to that one. You know, it's so hard to travel through that area without getting attacked.
Yeah. We do a really good job of that.
Yeah, I don't think I've been there myself. Every time my caravan goes in there, it comes out as a whole caravan, and well, comes out the same fate, and they're never heard from again.
That seems about appropriate for the region.
Could be worse. It could be some yahoos trying to cross a pretty steep river and thinking, oh, just a raft or we'll float about. That's nope. Well, the carnivorous fish eat well, at the very least. That's the only positive you want to look for such a thing in that kind of scenario.
The world's full of such harshness. It's hope you can understand why I'd be trying to keep some peace here.
I'm sure that made sense.
Not really.
Trust me, Jack, in a civilized society, it almost completely makes sense. You'll get there. We'll get there. We'll try together.
What about you,
I shake
Raphael?
my head at
Wait.
Jack.
I am a desert nomad. Although I assume that you already get that.
Well, I'm not one to judge quickly. It's more my duty.
I am dressed rather nomadically.
Yeah, still, looks can be deceiving.
You are a very long way from home.
What can I say? I have wanderlust.
It's around this time that you make your way back, Grigori, food in hand.
Alright.
Making your way.
I hand everyone their respective meals.
I'll share mine
yeah,
with Ace McG.
Thank
the
you, Gordon.
sheriff is kind enough to let everyone out of their cells for the time being to have their meal together.
You
It's
sure
like,
you want to risk that, Sheriff?
Cyphus, please don't.
I'm not doing anything.
I
Why did
What do
you
you
warn him?
mean, Cyphus, don't?
Jack
Now, hold on a
snickering
second.
slightly under his breath at that.
What do you mean, Cyphus, don't?
It's just that every
I'm
time
trying to show you boys a kindness. If you'd like me not to, then I'd be more than happy to oblige.
I'm just gonna like point at Jack and go.
I stand corrected. My apologies, Cyphus.
It's funny because Jack still has not turned in your guys' direction yet, but he does shrug
That's
his
why I
shoulders.
motioned. I made a hand motion indicating Jack rather than.
Now, I am not one to judge quickly, but should you boys decide to cause trouble, I'm a little certain that I could cause more trouble for you than for myself.
Yes, but we all want to avoid that.
Indeed. So would you boys like to have a meal outside or inside?
I'm gonna look with pleading eyes to Grigori.
We can have it outside.
Damn it! What shit?
Like you hear Grigori
Alright.
say that, Cyphus just walks away all exacerbated, like, God damn!
Yeah, I go, damn it! And then I go, all right, Jack, come on out. We're gonna eat dinner.
Yeah.
But no funny business. Seriously, Jack, please.
I'm kind of like Raphael's just kind of like giggling to himself. Oh, this is gonna end well.
Once more, I stand corrected, Cyphus. I should have said that to Raphael. He said slightly exacerbated. Slightly exacerbated.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me check. All right, cool. So Jack shuffles his feet out and follows along.
And I love how the sheriff is just not getting the message. He's like, "Well, I'm trying to do the kindness," when like the entire group is literally looking at Jack, going, "I don't know about this one."
Maybe you should.
Vote on the sheriff if you want.
What?
You may certainly roll sense motive on the sheriff if you.
Oh, yeah,
Sure.
definitely. I'm 90% sure that me and him both have the exact same thoughts going on right now.
I am pretty suspicious of everybody. I do
Like,
want to
who's
know if
gonna
he's
make
just
the move
super
first?
dense or not. So I'll roll a sense motive. Where's my sense motive? It's not very good, so.
I like the
Oh, I get a natural 20.
point, but Deacon is oblivious.
Well, I'm paranoid, so I think it makes sense.
I don't know. I think I'm still trying to figure out what the hell I was writing on this paper.
Yeah, you're just so
That was
distracted.
my thought too. It was like Cyphus has been watching Jack, or at least trying to watch Jack the entire time, while everyone else has been kind of doing their own things. Deacon has really been doing his own thing,
He
and then
just
all of a sudden,
suddenly shouts, "What the fuck is Diggle Poop?"
Why did I write "Seek the Diggle Poop"?
Horizon Zero Dawn. What's that supposed to mean?
exactly.
Save the cheerleaders, save the world. What the hell is that supposed to?
There are just some numbers. What do these numbers mean?
Mason!
42? I just wrote
Numbers!
over and over again.
What do they mean?
The number 23. But
23, man.
naturally suspicious, Cyphus. You are quick to pick up on the fact that the sheriff is no fool, and that he seems a bit suspicious of everyone, and he's trying to just gauge what you all do.
Okay. If that's how he wants it. I'm not taking responsibility for this mess.
If anything
So-
goes down, I think Raphael will just leave. Just like thinking from a character standpoint, why is he here?
Can't wait for it to be Grigori, Deacon, Rigel, and Raphael just hanging out with Kendra while Harrowstone burns twice.
Seriously, it's like, what am I even doing here? No, I don't. Oh, right, no, but like he did, the Professor Lorimore did ask Raphael to take care of
You made a
Kendra.
blood oath.
I did. Oh, what a fool! What a fool!
It's the blood oath, other people's blood.
No, I pricked my own finger. That's
why I always can't
happened. Oh well. Shit.
Alright, so
He will take Kendra and they will go run off together into the wild.
the room we're in, what's the layout? Like, where's the food?
Essentially,
Where
it is. The pathway is essentially shaped like an eye with 2 cells on both sides, acting as like the negative space, and then another 2 cells on the opposite. And he essentially has you in the central hallway. I would draw a doodle because I feel like I gave a terrible description.
Doodles solve everything.
Okay, so we start with a square. And then we have another one. So these are the cells.
Like that, with those functioning as the cells. And he has you eating about here in the center. This
so
is
to
where
understand, we're pretty much. This is where the food is.
Yeah, he just has you all in like the center. He has blocked the one easy means of escape. You'd have to go past him.
Okay. And then my cell is here.
Jack,
Oh no, that's my cell. Okay.
that is where Jack and Cyphus are. Here's where Rigel and Deacon are. And here's where Grigori and Raphael are. Gibbs is off here, where the sheriff kindly walks up to him with a plate with bread and water, and then just drops the bread in his cell and then walks back.
I will turn to Jack before we go out of our cell, and I'll squat down, I'll put my hands on his shoulder, and I'll go, "We're halfway done. Just one more, you can do it. One more and you're free to go."
His eyes squint dangerously. He doesn't necessarily nod, but he doesn't. He doesn't do anything aggressive either.
If you can do this, then I'll buy dinner next.
It is 2 more days.
Well, it's 2 more days for me.
No.
Now, hold on. You're gonna punish them for what I can't allow? I accept that I have to be here an extra day.
Yeah, I kind of thought.
Their judgment.
Oh,
They're not responsible for... They're not my parents. Well, Grigori's kind of my parents.
Honestly, how many times has Cyphus accidentally called Grigori dad?
Never.
Never.
what are you doing?
Guy I called Grigori.
You gotta remember, Cyphus is an orphan. He never knew his father. He doesn't even understand the concept of dads.
Yeah, that's why he has such daddy issues.
Exactly. It's perfect.
And I think we can all agree that Grigori is a daddy.
Mm.
Grigori's
Anyway,
a big pepper daddy.
you need to stop. You have a problem.
D100, I will shoot you.
Today on Daddies and Dungeons.
Daddies in dungeons, yeah.
Okay, I already elected the stream as being not for kids, but we're getting into super not for kids territory.
Yeah.
Darn.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. Cut the single parent paladin a break.
Anyway,
Not easy being a single dad.
if it requires a persuasion check, I would like to roll it, but I would like to argue that everyone else should be let out after the 2 days. That it's just me that should be. I mean, they're not responsible for me.
Then by all means, make a diplomacy roll and make your...
I make a diplomacy roll of 25. What was the last thing I have to do?
make your...
Oh, make my case. Yeah, well, I feel like I already have. It's while we are loosely associated, And I turn to Jack, family. And then I turn back and I go, we are, they're not responsible for my actions, except for maybe Grigori. And, they should be able to go free after, their 2 days are up. I obviously, I made a deal. I got to keep the book that I can't allow anyone else to have, because it's dangerous. And I will stay an extra day. I think that's totally fine. But the rest of them should be able to go out with their original sentencing instead of being held for an extra day because I acted against the original deal.
Can I do a knowledge history to see if I can find some kind of legal precedent for Cyphus' argument?
I think that's more of Grigori's wheelhouse. Aren't paladins of Abadar trained as lawyers or something? I remember reading something about that.
Yeah, they're like judges.
Or bankers or anything.
They're both.
You, as a bit of a historian, Deacon, you can think of a lot of places that have rules similar to that. But you do know the difficulty of Ustara being run by 12 major leaders. It's a little difficult to find one set rules throughout the whole place. There's not even like hard rules on slavery.
So, what does the sheriff say? And
Well,
I will nod over to Jack and be like, "You got to let him go in 2 days."
what say the rest of you? Do you think that only he should stay, or are you all willing to wait?
I will keep him company for the last day.
I am willing to wait.
Well, if Grigori is going to wait, then I'll go back to Kendra after the 2 days. I am under oath.
I believe that I could make use of an extra day with some study, and I think that I also need to do some checking in the wilderness lands, for which I will need a guide, Jack.
Well, I won't deny there are some things I feel that concern all of us. If we're all going to stay here, then I won't make any arguments.
I don't think we're all going to stay here.
Well then, I think the only fair thing to do would be for that third day to put you boys under house arrest. How's that?
That's
Sure.
actually pretty... Go ahead.
And then, creeping like a rising tide, transforming into a terrifying wave that wipes out all of civilization, the realization that you would be stuck in the house with Kendra's cooking for that third day.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, okay, well, now hold on.
Just
by house arrest.
Jack, criminal.
By house arrest, you mean Kendra's place and the Laughing Demon, because you've seen what she cooks.
I mean, she's not the best. Her pancakes are pretty good.
I show you the box. I go, this is what we're forced to eat if we can't go out.
Those weren't
You pick up
pancakes.
the box, hand it over to him, and you pull the sides of it up.
Those weren't
Bottom.
pancakes. Those were supposed to be chicken schnitzel.
Jitsu with you.
No, I don't.
This is just an empty box.
Why? Oh, Jack, what happened to
It
your?
appears to have dissolved.
Oh, it's dissolved into goo. Great,
Mhm.
wonderful. I think this still proves my point.
Don't worry, Cyphus. I will cook.
Cyphus.
You there? You're bright.
Yeah.
And we'll do.
Pronounce your name, Cyphus.
Yes, it's not. It's Cyphus. All right. Well, it's not my problem. I'll be in here.
Okay, cool. Let's get on with
I
it.
will say I'm completely okay with house arrest.
Very well.
All right then. Agreed. It doesn't sound really fair. Oh, doesn't it? Does it not, Gibbs? Is that what you think?
Well, I mean, think about it
So-
like this, Gibbs. If I punched the sheriff, why would all of us have to stay here?
Yeah, spits in your general direction, but what he makes up for in strength, he lacks in aim, and he kind of just hits the wall, and goes back to his.
Simpleton.
So I assume he didn't accept when I offered some of my food to Gibbs.
Oh, I did not hear that. You may have kind of...
Oh yeah, I said I shared my my meal with Gibbs. I think I called him the douchebag at the time.
That
He
could have been
takes
any of us.
all of it out of yours and just swallows it and doesn't even say anything before lying back.
Same.
Alright, whatever. Alright, cool. I will go over to the bed and I will serve my sentence.
So yes, all of you find yourselves to a rather peaceful sleep now that you have a full belly. As the night comes, the sheriff relieves himself, putting his older son in charge to watch over all of you. Alright then, I'll be out. Come the end of tomorrow, I'll take you all over to Kendra's to stay the night, alright?
Very
It's
well.
much appreciated, Sheriff.
I do my best. Grigori, you keep an eye on them, alright?
Of course.
I love how much he trusts Gregory and how much he distrusts the rest of us.
Hey, he doesn't distrust the rest of you. He distrusts two of you.
Ooh,
Oh, I would absolutely distrust all of you.
who does he
two of you.
distrust?
Who went, how do we define murder?
Okay, well, it's important. If you're doing a truth spell, I gotta know the parameters so I don't give you a false answer. Am I suspicious?
seem
Yes, I
pretty-
do think so. Well, I think,
He is
distrustful.
suspicious of the person that is acting naturally suspicious.
well, yeah, well, I don't have good run-ins with the law.
Not helping your case, bud.
Well, I'm sorry!
What? Because every cop I've met has died doesn't mean I hate cops.
Nor does it mean I killed them! They just all happen to be mortal.
You are making some progress, Jack, though if you'd want to roll me a strength check just to make any headway.
I think as we're going back and I notice Jack being so suspicious, I will like whisper in his ear, Jack, if you break out of here instead of serving this last day, I will never forgive you.
Harsh, but acceptable.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He's still gonna try. Okay.
You eventually break out. Notable effect as you're essentially wearing away the mortar and less the stone bricks itself. I'm very pleased that you decided to, a series of unfortunate events, your way out of it. So, as the night comes, so too comes rest. Rigel, as you rest, you feel yourself floating softly upon a sea of leaves, just comfortable. You note butterflies floating all about you in this autumn field. It's very comforting. As you look about, you see mist surrounding your dreamlike state, and a figure slowly appearing.
Do I recognize the figure?
Not at first, but after a few moments, it looks like Kendra, slowly making her way through your dreams. She looks lost and confused.
Does it look like I can approach her and talk to her? Or is it like it's a far off thing, like I'm kind of astral projecting or something like
She's
that?
about 40 feet away.
I start making my way going, Kendra! Kendra!
As you begin making your way to her, she begins getting closer as well, when the ground begins to quake.
What?
The ground begins to break in half, as rising up comes a massive corpse, its flesh ripping and tearing. It reaches out for Kendra, its other hand batting you away, as its face turns. That looks a little bit like Cyphus. Were it not for the decay, it would almost look exactly like him. His hair a bit grayer, his a bit less greasy, as it grabs for Kendra and begins to squeeze the life out of her. You are suddenly snapped awake. You hear Kendra's voice calling out in the midnight.
Kendra!
You see the deputy has fallen asleep at his post, his feet up upon his desk.
What in the name of every benevolent force in the universe was that? I'm looking around.
Rigel? Deacon? Jack?
Am I noticing that Deacon's asleep across from me, or?
You're also knowing that he's a bit of a snorer. He does appear to be
Well, to be fair, so are most people in my family, and heavy sleepers, myself included, so the fact that I had this lovely little night terror is also testament to how bad it was. But, yeah, I'm looking around, and at this point my heart's going a mile a minute. I have a bit of an impulse to cry out for Kendra again, but considering the deputy is asleep and everyone's asleep, I don't want to be that guy, so it's kind of like
You hear the voice again. Rigel? Deacon? Raphael?
Hello.
You are asleep, man.
Can I make perception to see if I hear the voice?
Certainly you all.
You want us all to?
Anyone that cares to. Bear in mind that the DC is higher due to you all being asleep.
Nah. Well, let's see if I can get another nat 20. Nope, I'm fine.
Alright, the question is if it's quiet or not, because I know Jack didn't go to sleep. He's still trying to escape and dig away out that corner. Through the mortar, you know. So, if it's quiet enough that I need perception, I will roll one.
Sure. You're kind of lost in your work, so it's a bit difficult. Yeah, you totally hear it. You're like, yeah, it's coming from exactly 60 feet away due south. You can tell she's wearing a hat.
Alright, so this is Jack's response. Just give me a minute, I'm almost out!
Oh god, no. Is that waking any of us up?
Oh god, yeah, he wouldn't have been very quiet with that, so hopefully he didn't wake anybody up.
No one has
Jack?
woken yet outside of,
Rigel? Yeah, so Rigel and me are up, and I'm digging my way to freedom while Rigel's standing in his...
26, I think I might have heard Jack.
Damn it.
that snaps you awake. Your head leaps where
I'm
you
almost
hang your head off the ceiling and then stop.
Jack, now's not the time. I say as I essentially sitting down my bug, my heart, kind of
She
beating
needs
like
us. No one's there to protect her. Get out of your cell, damn it! And he's doubling his effort.
You hear, roll me a strength check real quick. Deacon now, you hear, Deacon, Raphael, Grigori. Kendra calling out. From your elevated position, you can see out your cell window, Kendra.
What the? Why is she?
Wait, this is still a dream, right?
I'm awake, so I don't think it's a dream.
Also note, Rigel, that despite being fast asleep, Raphael has perfect
Has perfect clarity.
clarity.
What
I can possibly.
It's just what we do.
I will look out the window and I will call out to Kendra. Hail, Kendra. It is late. Were you not informed by the good sheriff that we were temporarily detained?
Seeing from whence the voice comes, Kendra is quick to approach you two. Oh, what happened?
It really is her?
It is.
It does, in fact, be her.
Oh.
You're cutting out bad right now, man.
Oh.
It does,
Sorry.
in fact, appear to be her.
Okay, there we go.
Don't trust her.
Let's do a quick knowledge arcane to see if there's any shenanigans going on here. 21.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking to see if this is some type of illusion or any type of unnatural magical manifestation that has taken the form of Kendra.
Is this nighttime or daytime?
It does, in fact, appear to be her. There doesn't seem to be any magic at play. And yes, it's about midnight.
Have we all woken up
One
at this
second.
point, or is it still just those three?
They haven't said anything about yelling for everyone to wake.
Okay, so that's fine.
Oh, I start kicking the wall where I've already weakened the mortar to escape quickly now.
It's slow go. You have the opinion that you probably need to water it some more to weaken it.
I almost look at this entire scene, and my brain is struggling to really it. So essentially, I give myself a sort of bop on the head to sort of try to snap myself out of it. Before we approach Kendra, going, Kendra, what are you doing here?
Well, none of you came home tonight. I was worried. I thought something terrible happened. Are you okay?
Alright,
Well,
now Jack runs over to the bars and starts kicking the bars to wake the guard. Continue.
He seems fast asleep, but I'll roll. Yeah, no. Fast asleep.
Do I wake up though?
Kendra,
You are waking up at the sound of that, as something is waking you from whatever your current nightmare is.
Yeah. I gotta stop sleeping.
Kendra, come on. We're fine right now. You gotta get back to the house and keep yourself safe.
Why? What's going on?
We have been temporarily detained to answer some questions that the guards have about what happened when we found that dismembered body. Purely legal red tape entanglements, I assure you.
All right. But what's going on, Rigel? What's wrong?
Sorry. No, I have character likes to say sorry about that. I was going to roll perception because he's looking around as far as the dead of the night for anything. Considering all the hauntings that have happened and everything else like that, he's kind of looking around the place like a scared owl. But I meant to hit perception. Actually, don't hit hand on animal. Sorry. And back in game, it's just like
A mouse seems to be cuddling up against you.
oh. Well, scratching them between his little ears and just like, yeah, what Deacon said. Apparently, with everything that happened in the professor's funeral and everything else going on here, I guess the sheriff had more questions as far as to the point. But I'm fine. The point is, you gotta get back to the house and you gotta get to the house and keep yourself safe. For ever since we got here, there's been strange stuff going on, and I don't mean just in Harrowstone. I appreciate your concern, and I guess I'm sorry we didn't tell the sheriff, ask the sheriff to inform me about this. But never mind that. You gotta get back home quickly, and keep your eyes open.
Okay, I will.
Would you like an escort back to your house?
No, it's not that far. I should be fine.
All right. Stay safe, Kendra. We'll be home soon enough.
She rests her hands upon her cheeks for a brief
before she
moment.
left. I did an arcane check of a 23 to see if the guard is under the effects of like a sleep spell.
He is under the effect of being a lazy bones and very sleepy.
Okay.
It is a tragic curse that affects everyone.
She's definitely the bad guy.
Especially, yeah,
All right.
the curse affects everyone, especially in old age.
Keep going then.
So, alright then. I'll hurry as she begins making her way out. Passing the gazebo, you see coming out of the shadows of the gazebo a large figure slowly lumbering its way towards Kendra as she clearly does not see it.
Do I see this, or try to roll perception?
To escape.
What's that? Sorry.
Jack redoubles his efforts to escape.
Sorry, yeah, do I see this large figure approaching Kendra?
You do. That is why I brought it up. I don't say things you don't see.
Well, who all saw it?
Rigel and Deegan, as I assume Rigel would point.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my my Caden holy symbol, and I'm going to create water on top of the guard.
At that point...
We'll have to do all that after our break.
Oh, okay.
I like the cliffhangers, and I intend to end on as many as I can.
Well, there you go. You're about to give my character a heart attack because that's one hell of a cliffhanger to...
She's just gonna fake her death.
So, for those of you in chat, we're about to go on break. If you have any questions, feel free to post them, and we will be happy to answer them when we come right back.
Yeah, I don't think there is anybody in the chat.
That's fine.
Real shame.
There's like
I don't got
4
any
people
questions,
in
that's
there.
fine.
Oh, we got 4 people. They count. Hi, 6 people. We love you.
I think it's mostly us. Here, hold on.
Well, it stands. I still love you guys.
There, we got a question.
We do?
Well, loyal viewer. It's 'cause he's awesome.
I don't see it.
Ruben, no one knows what the question was.
I just wrote on the thing, why is Raphael so damn sexy?
Oh.
Because D Hundo plays him.
There's like That's it. There's 6 comments in the chat. How did you not see it? It was so obvious.
I mean, it's not there.
Nani?
Because I'm not looking at the computer.
I'm looking in the chat and it ain't there.
Ha! You thought it was a comment, but it was me, Dio.
And next you're going to say...
Yada.
Yeah. I'm thinking about having Cyphus stop sleeping. How does everybody feel about that? Alright. What happened there? Somebody leave?
What?
Did I drop out of the call?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I switched from the computer to my phone.
Ah. So I'm thinking, no more sleep.
Just ever?
Yeah.
Forever, ever?
Well, I think, mechanically, you would have to break it down to 1 hour of sleep so you're not exhausted. You're just fatigued. And fatigued, all fatigue does to me means I can't run or charge, and I take a -2 penalty to strength and dexterity. Seeing as I don't use strength or dexterity, and I really feel like this character should be trying not to sleep.
But I mean, like, how? Oh, does a ring of sustenance help you with that? I think with a ring of sustenance, you don't need to sleep.
Yeah, but that thing is like super duper expensive, so we're never going to get one. So that doesn't matter.
Is it that expensive? Really? I thought it was
my
like
god, it's super expensive.
Really? Damn! I thought it was
so.
more of a common. I thought it was more of a common wondrous item.
Well,
Anyway.
let me check because I could be wrong. It's been so long since I had to buy something.
The last character I had with a ring of sustenance was a paladin. It was like a late game paladin that I made to replace another character.
Well, it's not too bad. It's 2,500.
Yeah,
but I would
yeah,
need
it
to do
wasn't
2
that
hours of sleep every day.
Oh, okay. Well, 2 is a lot better than 8.
Yes, but I'm thinking I just don't sleep. Why
But I'm
settle
saying,
for 2
like,
when I can settle for 9?
I think if you go like a couple of days, then doesn't the exhaustion and don't the penalties go up the more and more you don't sleep?
Yes, but to get rid of exhausted and go back to fatigued, it only takes 1 hour of sleep. So if I, like every other night, sleep 1 hour.
That's fair, I suppose. If there's no written rules, perhaps we can make our own regarding extreme exhaustion and things of that nature.
Well, as far as I remember, there's only
if you've never dealt with
exhausted.
Well, if you've never dealt with insomnia before,
yeah, I know.
Let me tell you, bud, you definitely go crazy. Like, that is...
Yeah, but I'm already insane, so that's no big deal.
I'm just saying, man. It is no joke.
I know, I agree. But don't you feel like Cyphus would try to stop sleeping?
Oh, no, definitely. Definitely. I'm just saying, like, if I were in Cyphus's shoes, I'd probably, like, try not to sleep. And then after the first week, once I start seeing things when I'm not asleep, and I start seeing things in real life, I'd be like, alright, I guess I'll sleep. Because that's what happened to me. When you start seeing shadow buddies in the corner of your vision and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's concerning.
I've never done that.
That was my senior year of high school. Tim remembers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's, 4.5 days no sleep?
The shadow buddies started coming I think I was like 5 or 6 days in. I don't honestly remember. I went like 2 weeks with like no sleep. It was really fucked.
It gets bad, yeah.
Yeah. That was like a weird, really weird time for me. Like I honestly just don't remember most of it.
We have a
Blade
comment
Artist, you
from
say-
Blade Artist who says you take a -1/2 penalty to initiative.
I'm not seeing that with fatigued or exhausted. But you do lose. You get -2 to dexterity, which means you get a -1 to initiative, because obviously you're taking a -2 to dexterity.
Blade Artist actually is a friend of mine, and he's very knowledgeable on a lot of things. And he's a big nerd.
I'm just
Alright.
looking at this.
Sorry about that.
dick.
Returned.
We also have an important question that we need to address from chat. Why is Raphael so damn sexy? I think it's the charisma.
How come you can see it?
Great victory.
Well, this is affected the being the Katapeshi son. He's let's just say he's perfectly toasted.
Good one.
Listen, he worships Sarenrae, and he has a 17 for his charisma.
And if we did the beach episode, well, you know the part where in Pirates of the Caribbean where well, not to bring that up necessarily, but not to bring that up necessarily, but yeah, same thing. Only its people attracted to Raphael, and Raphael running for dear life.
The beach episode. That's my argument when people say that Avatar: The Last Airbender isn't an anime, and I go, but it has a beach episode.
There you go.
Let it be known that when the episode comes about, I am very certain that both Jack and Raphael are going to just be skinny dip.
Jack and Raphael are what? You cut out.
Going to be skinny dipping.
Skinny dipping.
Yeah, probably.
Blade Artist, I see it as, it looks at exhausted, it's a -6, so it should be, I see what you mean, you meant 1 or 2. I think it's 1 or 3, though. Because of the -6 for exhausted.
Oh, goodness.
But, no big deal. All back and ready to go?
Yep.
Sit down. Sit down.
I think we're still waiting on D12 for another moment.
Oh, that's true.
And I am waiting for the bathroom to open up in my house.
So, I pitched this to the D6 crew, but I'm also going to let the fans know about it and see what they think. But I was talking about the idea of having one-shots in the form of CR battles, where I would pick a CR and then everyone would find monsters of that level, and
We duke it out.
With and we make characters accordingly.
No, I think we get to play the
just
monster.
grab a monster.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm down.
A very special one I'd want to do is just have everyone grab
what?
Perfect timing.
Grab kaiju and just
Oh, a kaiju? Is that what you said?
yes, a kaiju.
Okay.
Go Godzilla! Ooh!
I don't know, this seems like it would take forever.
I mean, you think?
I call the Jurassic.
Oh,
I play
everyone has
Jurassic.
so much help. That's not a kaiju.
I
That's
win. It's
sure about
absolutely a
that?
kaiju. Fucking fight me.
There is an actual kaiju template.
We're all gonna go on our individual characters. Raphael stops like, no, let them fight.
Didn't you do a video on the kaiju template and like hamsters?
Yeah, no, there was a giant hamster. There's an actual creature called the giant hamster. And it's funny because it eats small category creature and it stuffs them in its cheek.
That's
yeah, but
so
can't
funny.
you put the kaiju on the giant hamster? You can make a giant hamster.
Yeah, you could make a giant hamster. Yeah.
in Dragon or Dungeon magazine that was the kaiju template that, on top of everything else, gave you like a friggin' beam.
You get a hyper beam.
Yeah, you get a hyper beam, and the example he had was a giant stag beam. It was like, cool, because this is where I was gonna put it on.
Jeez.
What you should do is you should put the
Fucking
kaiju template
glorious.
on like a paladin or something, so you would get like man.
Oh yes. We'll get like 5 paladins, have them all get the kaiju template, and we can be the Power Rangers.
Oh,
Okay,
good
okay,
lord.
so real talk. The notion of like 5 paladins of 5 holy gods essentially just go like Saren Ray, Abadar, Sheelan, and then just Voltroning it up into Ultraman is a really
Yes.
cool image.
There's always that one guy who's like Norgaborger. Everyone looks at him funny. He goes,
He's the left leg.
I meant, I don't know, Nethys.
Can the cleric of Torag be the guy that does all the repairs on these things and is just upset that he never gets to build his...
Yes.
Until the mid-season where he makes his own thing, and that's the add-on sword. Because you always have that one thing in the series.
Yep.
We're doing fine with this, but nope, boom.
Can I have my sword? Sure, you can build one whenever you're done fixing ours. Well, they look perfectly fine. Shoots it. That one has a hole.
And
That one's got a hole
like
in
Rita
it.
Repulsa, make my monster grow.
This is horrible. I need to stop.
Are we doing a Power Rangers campaign? I think
No.
we're doing a Power Rangers campaign, you guys.
No, please don't.
Well, it's either that
I'm gonna
or,
play a summoner. I'm gonna play a summoner with a dagger flute.
Oh, darn it. You beat me to it.
I feel Rita
There needs to
Repulsa...
be a rule against us picking our ranger colors, because some of them are more popular than others. There's got to be a random generator.
Yeah.
I'll be like Steve Buscemi in Reservoir Dogs. Why do I gotta be the pink one?
At least
There,
you're a
if you're
solid
pink,
color.
you get to...
Go ahead.
That was about it. If you're pink, you get to fly.
Oh, that's so funny.
D12,
Sure,
you back?
Yep.
Alright, cool. We're all here.
Alright.
Aaron, we're making a Power Rangers
It's
campaign.
not happening. It's
Yeah.
not happening.
Real quick.
Yes, it is. You shut your goddamn mouth.
He was like the big bad guy with the Z staff.
Lord
Oh.
Zed.
Zordon? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Lord-
okay.
I was
in my
like,
head-
wait, hold on. Good guy or bad guy?
Be like Octec and Rita Repulsa would be Rogue.
I don't know.
Or the Mat.
That's funny.
She's the mother of monsters. It makes perfect.
I feel like Lord would be a really cool warlock.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, no. Also Zordon for like the lawful good.
Oh yeah,
Zordon would also be a very good one for, well, anybody really, but yeah.
Zordon's absolutely a warlock patron. He's a celestial patron. Boom.
I used this in my Ooze video. I used Ivan Ooze and talked about
I love
Lex.
I saw.
Ooze.
I'm used to being a monster, so now I'm a monster.
Ha.
I forgot to roll my last attack roll before we went to break, didn't I? No, I did roll it.
So stay tuned for next episode where we're Power Rangers.
Hell no.
Yes. Although I did
I
watch
will
that
be the
movie.
monster.
I showed that movie to my nephews a little while ago. And so,
the Power Rangers first, whatever.
Yeah, the first
Oh
one.
my
The
God,
first
that was
movie. The
awesome.
first movie slaps, bro.
How are we
Yeah, it
still
does.
talking about this?
They had a
I just wanted to bring up the fact. I just wanted to bring up the fact that I hadn't watched the movie in a long time. So in their final battle, they're like, we need to pull out all the stops, and they like smash the glass and push the red button like under the glass, and you're like, oh wow, I wonder what this is, and it knees Ivan Ooze in the crotch. I'm sitting there.
Smash the glass though.
I'm sitting there going like, why do you have a red button under glass that's just throwing a knee? I'm so confuzzled. Silk and Fuzzy.
I level all you guys up if you put a video out on dirty tricks and include that.
Oh yeah.
It might happen. It might happen.
Regardless, save it all for your fan podcast.
Yeah.
Because
fan
we're going
cast?
back to D&D.
Yeah, when...
Or Pathfinder, excuse me.
I don't think about Power Rangers.
I'll definitely have a dirty fighter that has like a little red button that he'll press.
Oh my
before he
god,
needs anybody
how
in
are
the
you
crotch.
still talking about this? We've spent like 20 minutes doing nothing but talking about Power Rangers on
Alright,
our
gang.
live stream game.
120 minutes.
Alright, so I cast Create Water on top of the guard.
Suddenly he is snapped from his sleepy state as this water is pouring down on him. But let's roll it.
Initiative, you say?
I'm on my back
Yes,
kicking
just
the wall.
an idea for what
Fucking
everyone's doing.
Raphael is still asleep.
Did I blow a hole in the wall yet?
No, you've knocked out like...
I heard 10 bricks. That's enough for Jack to get out.
Clean the mortar out of your ears. It was...
Oh, well, you cut out just at the perfect time, so I took liberties.
You cut out on my end too at the perfect time. It was funny. Clean the mortar out of your ears. It was
Right?
perfect. Beautiful, champ. Beautiful. Slow clap.
That was my thought too.
Slow clap.
Alright, initiative, right? Click. Alright. Click. Over there. Find Jack.
So,
Nice.
Wait,
Yes!
Why didn't I show up? Oh, I did show up, but at the bottom. What the hell?
Yeah, no, I have
Because
to...
it's not ordered
just-
yet.
Oh. You have to hit a button. I was like, what?
So the sheriff is slowly rising from his sleep.
I thought it was a deputy.
Deputy.
Deputy. The sheriff is also, but that's due to an entirely unrelated thing he has to pee.
He has to pee. Yeah.
It's 3 a.m. Who wants a Krabby Patty at 3 a.m.?
I do.
The sheriff. Oh boy, it's 3 a.m.
Depends like this.
Krabby Patty.
Well, to be fair, Cyphus is a bibliophile, so a midnight snack wouldn't hurt. You have a late lunch, you have a late midnight.
Oh, so I read books. I read books, so that immediately means I have to eat food at midnight.
My stance is that in the middle of the night, Cyphus snaps awake and just starts reading.
I mean, that's what I'm
But
going to
yes.
do on my turn. But...
You have moved out the third brick, Jack.
You're not wrong.
You feel that you could potentially make your way through with a higher...
Okay, I'm gonna keep working on it. And you keep cutting out at just the right times to make it sound really ominous. Or...
Yes. You could potentially make your way out with an escape artist check.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and knock out one or two more bricks to make it easier for Cyphus to get out this way, should he so choose.
If I can
Okay,
see now
roll
that
me
in
a
the hole, I am glaring at you, and I'm saying, you're paying for that.
No, I'll put it back! Get to Kendra! As I'm kicking out more bricks.
Nice. Jack sounds so cute. I'm doing it! Do the thing! I got the thing, you do the thing.
I don't see Grigori in the lineup.
I don't think Grigori rolled.
One
Is
moment.
Grigori here?
Yeah, he's here.
I think Grigori is like Raphael, he's still fucking asleep.
You know, he might actually be asleep. Now that I think about it.
Okay. There you go. Yes, he is currently... And yet still gets to go first before Cyphus. How fantastic.
I mean, that's fine.
Raphael isn't on the board.
That's because Raphael is still asleep.
Okay.
Nobody
Yeah,
has
honestly.
said anything.
Oh, we're starting to yell.
Yeah, there's been noise. It's just no one's done anything to directly wake you.
Also, I feel as if Raphael would be a pretty deep sleeper.
I know Jack is one of those light hair trigger sleepers. Sleeps
Pin
with a
drops.
knife under
Who wants to die?
Exactly.
I feel as if like when you're a nomad like Raphael, you like learn to sleep anywhere, and that just kind of has the side effect of letting you be a very deep sleeper. I don't know.
You're the cleric that had an entire party die to wolves, so he slept through it all. Help! He's eating us!
Whose turn is it?
It's Deacon's.
Deacon, you're up. The
Alright,
sheriff
so-
is slowly.
Yeah, so I'm going to inform the deputy. Deputy, there's a young woman about to be attacked outside. Raise the alarm.
Whoa. What's going on? I'm away.
Make haste, man. There's a woman in need outside. Be a hero, damn it. Raise the alarm.
He is slowly getting his armor on and putting on his sword. Where?
Outside. She went up toward the old Lorimer place. Lorimore place.
Ain't it Lorimore?
Absolutely.
He begins putting on his helmet, slowly making his way out, kind of dazingly walking about, looking around for any kind of trouble, not seeing that the figure is getting close to Kendra as she makes her way.
I will also create water on top of Raphael, and I think that's all I can do in 6 seconds.
Raphael, you snap from your from your sleep, your hair slicked back. Absolutely. You may roll initiative if you like.
What's going on? I'll take bottom initiative. It's okay.
You know,
No, actually, no. It's perfectly timed. You're gonna go right after me.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, yeah, because basically what I do. Wait, what happened? How'd the turn order do that?
He hasn't cycled.
Yeah, it's cycled.
It does that.
I
you know
moved to
that,
the next
right?
person.
Right, but it cycled past the next person. Which was why I got confused. Yeah.
Alright.
You keep skipping past me. I'm gonna hurt you. Slowly.
I thought you went first.
You went. You attacked.
Oh, I thought you did it the other way because it put in the... I thought Deacon and then I went. Okay.
Yeah.
The way you explained it made my brain... Alright.
So, Rigel, you are watching as the slumbering figure is slowly making its way towards Kendra as she knowingly makes her.
Given everything that's happened, and, well, I'm kind of... At one point I'm watching this up, but at another point, I guess you could say part of my, part of my own mindset. Yeah, I'm not in a good place. I'm slowly spiraling, but at the same token, I roar, Kendra, look out! And then, almost on pure instinct and, pure instinct and almost a hair-true reaction, I have a spell prepared beforehand, but what I do is I sort of hook myself, to where the bars. I put my face to one end, I shove my arm as far as I can get it, and then cast a magic missile. I go, Osame, Messalian, and fire a magic missile straight at the lumbering figure.
What's range on that?
Oh,
Far enough.
You don't know that.
I know.
Magic missile. Hold on. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15.
100 feet plus 100 feet plus 10 feet per level, so that's 120 feet.
Alright, roll me your damage.
Advantage?
No,
let's
damn.
see.
Oh, roll damage.
The owie from the...
What? Oh, sorry, what was that? D6?
The damage
1d4
is
plus-
4 plus 1.
Okay.
Wait,
1d4
for
plus
level-
1.
Yeah.
Oh. Plus 1, it's... yeah, I'm kind of not in a great place right now. Almost seeing this lumbering thing out of the Kendra. I'm not exactly... yeah, I'm not exactly a sniper at this moment.
That's okay, you hit him.
Yeah,
As the energy begins to coalesce in your hand, wanting more than anything to protect her, you see the ball fire out and begin to build like a falling snowball with energy as the pale moonlight makes it shine like a bullet, piercing through this creature's leg, snapping it off at the tendon. Snapping its foot off, that is. Though you don't believe it did that much damage, it did give the deputy a line of sight as to where to go. He nods to all of you and begins rushing out, drawing his blade, and you hear a shriek from Kendra. You hear a loud, roaring noise coming from the figure as the deputy does battle with it. It knocks him to the side, almost bringing him down. It dives for him, trying to crush him, and he just brings his blade up as it falls, and it spears itself upon his blade. It falls down upon him, but after a moment, he manages to push its weight off of him. And Deacon and Rigel, you can see the creature begin to dissolve in the pale moonlight into a kind of white foam that quickly disintegrates.
I'd like to do an arcane check on that. That sounds magical.
I want to take one of my
same here.
horns from around my neck and blow Sika's call.
So, you let out the loud call, and Sika's right there. She appears to have been on the other side of the wall the entire time.
I look through the hole. I point at the creature. Bring me.
She nods and runs off. You're not certain what would do that. You know of undead being brought up, but usually a body is left behind.
Yeah.
This one seemed to have been empowered, and with that power fading, so too did the... It struggles to get anything off of it, but comes back with some of the foam dappled on her head. And roll me a knowledge nature, Jack.
Alright, I'm gonna roll knowledge nature and while she's coming back, but I'm casting detect magic once she gets in line of sight.
Were there any magic on this? It seems to have faded just as quickly as it came, but...
what aura did it leave behind?
Necromantic.
Nice. Alright, I look to Cyphus and kind of go, Cyphus?
Yes?
I pull some of the foam through the hole I made. This is what's left of the thing that was going after our friend.
Why are you touching it?
Friend is... well, yes, she's a friend. Okay, what role would you like? What knowledge should I do to examine it?
Knowledge nature.
Nature.
Alright, and then what were you saying?
12.
Because you guys were talking over each other.
Gregory, you're just now waking from your dreams. It was rather pleasant. You were home. there was a farmer's market. Cyphus, this looks vaguely familiar. This is Seafoam.
That's weird.
Wait, did we just do battle with the Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
The old version.
The undead Little Mermaid.
The original.
The
OG Little Mermaid.
Deacon and Rigel, you can see that the guard is comforting Kendra, wiping some of the foam off of himself, and he seems to be escorting her home. Or at least escorting towards her place. Maybe he's going after killing you.
Sika!
You don't know.
We follow! I get up, I crawl out the hole, and immediately
I want to try to grab his ankle.
And
I want to try to grab his ankle before he can get out. I'm really bad at this, but I want to make... So it's a combat maneuver, right?
Yes, and roll me an escape bars check, Jack.
There's no way you can beat my -1.
I will beat it with my +2! And then I somehow flop it anyway. Yep, completely.
No, you got. No, damn it, now!
Let go of my boot!
You promised!
Both of you are so bad at this.
Right? You got Jack's boot.
You know he's coming back because you have his boot.
Yes. It's okay.
Like, you heard...
And I sit down and I say to the group, now I just have to explain to the sheriff that he'll come back for the boot. It's all good.
I'm legitimately surprised that he wears shoes anyway, just in general.
No, red caps have these big clunky metal boots.
Oversized, as you note by the socks stuffed in the boot to make it so Jack can fit his foot in. Which is why you've got
Today, on episode 9 of Carrion Crown, we learned Jack's stuff.
Oh.
Just his pants. Nope. Just
only where it matters.
Right. Big feet. It's a thing.
Jack, you need to be.
He follows.
You need to be happy with yourself.
Wherever he takes her.
You begin rushing off in that direction. You can see a faint outline of the body now disintegrate away into sea foam as you follow through the mist and see the deputy leading Kendra to her home. She seems completely rattled by the whole situation, and he's doing his best to calm her down, and that's about what you see from where you're standing. Are you going to get close?
You think she'd have like a better grip on things at this point with everything that's happened?
You think she wouldn't go out at midnight to try to figure out where we are? I think she set the whole thing up.
Absolutely. Worry about
listening to Cyphus, Raphael, I think is now. Oh, hold on. You know what? Let me make a will save. Let me make a will save on this one.
So yeah, I'm following them back and trying to stay as close as I can.
Close enough to be within earshot.
I was looking at the wrong
He's rather worried. He's explaining to the deputy what she was doing out at night, saying that she had no idea where her friends went and that she knew that they'd been coming back every night, so she was afraid something had happened, and he's assuring her that it's perfectly alright, that everything's fine, and just spending the night or two with.
So with my will save of a 25, I still have faith that Kendra is legitimate, and you are not making me second guess myself, Cephus.
See.
If you say so.
He you saw the briefest flashes in his eyes of like, was it a setup? No, it couldn't have been. How
I can't wait till the end of this module where it turns out she was the bad guy the whole time, and y'all are gonna have to,
I will
apologize to me.
Cypher's gonna do if the opposite comes out to be true.
Oh well. He'll just ignore that. He'll say, well, I'm glad she wasn't the bad guy. Sure was suspicious, though.
Kind of like Cypher.
In retrospect, not nearly as suspicious as us. Christ.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
no, we
I'd say
can't be.
that aren't that bad. Whatever you literally just broke at it.
What?
I've done everything in my power.
Alright, after the guard gets her to her house.
Whoa, motorcycles.
Nice. After the guard gets her to her house, I tell Sika to guard it, or guard her, and I run back to the jail to get my boot. Actually, I get Baw, and then I run back to the jail to get my boot. And by proxy, put myself back in jail.
Ba has been slowly but surely eating his way through every single bush he comes across. He seems a bit more stuffed than normal, and
I have my hands on my hips, looking at him like double point down to the foot.
After seeing that Kendra's going to be a and I guess the one best for me to describe what I do in the instance is I look
Get
for a
back
minute.
here and obey properly.
Oh yeah. While Jack's doing that, he just looks at that, knows the deputy's taking her back, and like he said, he sort of pushed himself up in the bars to cast a spell and such. But seeing that she's safe, he lets go. Essentially, almost stumbles backwards, and essentially, I follow my rear end a bit, almost dumbfounded. I'm sort of you see me tremble for a bit, but I'm just almost exhaling as if I ran a marathon, just going, "She's okay. She's gonna be okay. Okay. It's good." Before weakly trying to put myself back on the bench, back on the bunk, and then I just put my hands in my face in my hands, just I guess trying to compose myself again.
That was some good thinking, Rigel. You may well have saved Kendra's life.
Yeah.
Woo! You saved the big bad evil guy.
Yeah. If she was ever in any danger, you saved her.
Or big bad
Unwilling
evil
to
girl.
ever battle against your will because he likes you, approaches you and just licks the side of your cheek before.
Aw, cutie.
So you make your way back to the prison, where you can see through the hole of your boots, alluringly within reach.
No, it's not. It's not within reach. I've taken it all the way back. I'm over by the door.
Lure him in. That you make him think it's close, but it's
Nope. I have it all the way with me. He's gonna have to climb all in if he wants it. You see, DM. I've played that kind of game before, but if I do that, there's a chance he's faster than me, and Cyphus knows that Cyphus is not very fast.
Well, at least Cyphus is self-aware.
Yeah.
I knows what I ain't, and I ain't much.
In the Third Age, Cyphus became self-aware.
I mean, if any character was going to become self-aware, it might as well be Cyphus.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Vision
so
of
now
madness.
Jack sneaks back in through the hole. I mean, he's not sneaking as far as Cyphus is concerned, but he's sneaking as far as just sneaking. I already rolled the stealth after the hand on him.
Oh,
He sneaks
okay.
in,
I thought you were
putting the bricks back in. He's starting to put the bricks back in, and he looks over at Cyphus and puts his finger up to his lips as he puts the last one back in and stuffs some of the mortar back in to make it look legit. Then he sits back in the corner and he looks at Cyphus glaringly and holds out one hand for his boot.
Cyphus will hand it over and say, "We're halfway there. Don't want to blow it now."
Something. He
Living on a
grumbles something.
prayer.
It's very. It would sound vulgar. If only you knew orc.
I don't know orc. You're right. I only know dead languages.
Osh, mosh, bosh, bagosh.
Now, Cyphus, do you know these dead languages because you killed everyone that spoke it?
No, I don't kill that many people. I'm level 1.
Yeah, seriously,
now.
you're giving him way too much credit, bud.
You don't see all the town wiping events you did.
Right.
Oh, okay, you wipe out one town and then all of a sudden...
You kill everyone within 30 feet and suddenly you're a bad guy. Well, at least I'm not pretending to be a nice girl.
I'm just glad we can still say BBEG.
Whoa! Who's dropping plates?
Sorry,
So, yes.
that was me.
Was that did
Jack has
I know
made his-
Disturbed did a cover. Was that a cover? That song, dropping plates. Here I come, I'm dropping
know.
plates on your ass.
Alright,
Anywho,
I think I've had enough sleep for the night.
Nani?
Anyway, so
someone
what
might want to
was
set
the?
the mic.
There was a question or a statement to Jack, and somebody has some.
Yes, I said that Jack had made his way back.
Cool.
Well, with that
So.
evening interlude done, I'm going to go back to my spacious, comfortable cot and lay down and go back to sleep.
I'm gonna sleep
I mean-
for a while. Go ahead.
I mean, Raphael would like to go back to sleep. Unfortunately, he is soaked to the bone.
Let's see.
I have no
Because
idea.
you
how
woke me
that-
up with
that
water,
for you.
right?
Yeah.
Is the
I
sheriff?
cast Prestige and dry you off.
Ooh. I'm all fuzzy and fluffy now.
Mhm.
Does prestidigitation? I'm in my head canon. Prestidigitation acts like like a hair dryer, like a blow dryer. So my hair's all like feathery and shit.
Sure,
The
if
game
that's
has
what you want.
ruled that's how it works. Listen, whenever I do use paint, I always imagine my hand just shaking and making the noise of a spray can as I just.
Okay.
So, rest comes uneasily to all of you, but it does come to those that take it. As the next day comes about, you can hear the town slowly buzzing to life as you're all behind bars.
Does Cyphus go to sleep?
No, I do not.
Okay. So Jack doesn't either. He's sitting there looking at the wall every once in a while, glancing over at Cyphus to see if he's asleep or not.
I'll
You're
tell
so
Jack,
salty.
you can go to sleep.
Jack looks at you.
No, I can't. Oh, okay. If you say so.
Oh, he does. I do believe he does say so.
He looks a little twitchy too.
If you look closely, I think you'll find I do say.
Nani? I can't wait for somebody to walk up to Jack, and Jack's like, "Oh, you're approaching me."
So, the next day is coming.
Okay.
Essentially, for what I'm doing, just to pass the time of trying to rewrite some of my notes because everything went on. I made more mess than taking notes than with anything else. I guess it's just try my hand at sketching. Try my hand at sketching out the things, random things, the prisoners. My party, Deacon across from me. Some things there. The glowering face of Gibbs as he's looking at me, wishing I combust into flames. But I start sketching a little bit by bit.
As you begin to sketch Jack, it's uncanny. You begin to wonder if he's blinking every time you look down at your drawing, or does he just not?
Well, I'm more surprised he doesn't have a little sign that says "Draw ball and seek it too, or it'll be your head." And almost as if he's taking that unconscious cue, he begins drawing ball and Sika right next to him, just to appease this little sketch of Jack looking up at him.
Ooh, let's see. I wonder if you would notice. Jack would be trying to still expand the hole. He wants to make sure he can get all of you out. Did that corner? In my screen, that cornered! How the hell is that possible?
Anyway.
After I finish my morning prayers / meditations on my holy symbols, I'm going to call over to Cyphus.
Yes.
Lately I've been looking into... Are you familiar with the language Aklo?
I am.
Well, I'm trying to get a grasp on it, and I thought there would be a few points that you could clear up for me. So I'm going to have a nice long conversation today with...
Oh, yes. I'll spend the whole day.
So I can add that language to my list of languages.
Well, it might take more than a day, but I am the professor, and languages are my specialty.
So yes, you try to pass the time working on that. The younger of the deputies takes his shift up, relieving his older brother, who makes a point to look as though he's been working very hard in the last 30 minutes.
I slowly hide the tic-tac-toe sheet that we were playing together.
I beat him 4 times. He is
in a row, using the same. I didn't make a single different move. I literally center, left, right. Like that's it. Every time.
Look,
every time.
I'm better at playing Go, alright? If we were playing Go, it's easy to remember, okay? There's the one piece, then there's the other pieces, and I can win that.
And periodically
How about
you hear
chess?
things like, I can't believe this language has 9 different words for horror from beyond time and space.
It depends on what side of space and what time. Is it from the past or is it from the future?
And what time of day you see it in.
Yeah, really.
And what
you have morning horrors, afternoon horrors.
Sometimes we have to
Noches
have,
horrors.
you know,
What is Aklo again? Is that the
Language of Dark Fae.
Oh, Dark Fae.
Also,
dark
kind of
be composed of all of the forest's might begins to rip past the veil. Everyone, in Aklo.
Oh.
Yeah, oh. The A sound is actually produced with an O.
Yeah, it's like Dark Fae, aberrations.
Ooh.
All the spooky things like to speak it.
Yeah, it's spooky language.
Ooh. No, it's more like, it's from the back of the throat. No, ooh, as in surprise and alarm. Oh, you want, yes.
Naturally, like every different language, you have to roll your... It's not a roll.
Yeah, serpent folk, gibbering mouthers, shoggoths, Tanzai, those I think those are the weird-looking, like, gem-eating monsters with one eye.
The dark lurkers.
Or I obsess over the notion of a linguistics teacher that's a gibbering mouther. The younger of the deputies shows up. Any trouble last night?
No, I can't think of any.
Is this the... Oh, so this wasn't the guy that walked off with Kendra?
No, it's not him.
Who is that guy? As soon as that guy comes into the room, I'm blowing wolf whistles and all kinds of stuff.
You know, he's a bit uncomfortable, but he's also black.
I'm having a save to action for when that dude walks in. Anyway.
You didn't take advantage of her, did you?
That was the older of the deputies.
Okay.
Oh, like the one that just left?
Yes, he just left.
Oh, what? That doesn't... But...
Oh,
all right,
so
mind.
whenever he did, you did make wolf whistles at him. He did the rest of his work, which was mostly trying to fall back asleep, and then in the last 30 minutes of his shift, He cleaned up a little bit. He made it look like he'd been busying up all night. And then his brother took over. The young.
Someone's done guard duty before.
I am the stalwart defender. The one task.
Yep.
Rub my eyes from waking up sleeping. I just go, yeah, you could say that in a manner of speaking. So wiping my brows from the events of last night. And falling back tenuously to sleep, only to be afraid of the Night Terror Part 2, but considering that didn't come, I just look more relaxed.
Part 2, Cthulhu.
Yeah. This time, both the undead and the gods are angry at me.
Alright, at this point, I think Jack has... by this point, Jack has fashioned random objects out of everyday equipment that he's had on him, from a little thing that looks like a thimble to something that looks like it would have been a shiv had he been in a standardized prison, to something that looks like it may have been used to unlock the keyhole had it been the appropriate size, but it's sized for something one size category smaller than the appropriate lock. And he's sitting there with all of these contraptions in his lap, and he looks over at Cyphus, and he kind of goes, "Cyphus,
Yes.
I've ran out of things to make, Cyphus."
Ooh, crap. What can I do for you? You want to hear some
And
stories?
he's looking at the hole, like with the look in his eye, like if you've ever seen what a halfling looks like when it's been locked up and they have a way of getting out. he has the same look in his eye, and he just keeps looking at you like, Can I come back? Can I just, 30 minutes?
No. At the very least, you're gonna have to wait till the guy's asleep.
Okay.
Hey, do you know Aklo? It's the language of your Fey ancestors.
I didn't learn Dad's tongue.
Would you like to?
This is taking a long time to think about, bud. You'd think Jack would jump at a chance like this. He'd be like, "What? Yes, yes, what? Yes."
3 days.
Yeah, but it requires learning.
Yeah, that was the thought right there. Was can I? And like he sits there and he's thinking about it, and he slowly starts turning away from the hole, and it looks like the thought process of thinking about it has turned into the process of him just no longer being able to contemplate his original task. So he's now paying more attention to you than he was whatever he was doing.
And it doesn't look like he's physically moving himself. He's just like on the spot, cross-legged, just like rotating in place.
He is Fey after all.
Yeah.
Everyone else just watches transfixed as that slowly spins. Even the deputy seems lost in thought. So, how do you do that?
Oh.
We stopped asking questions a couple of days ago, honestly. At least I did.
What was his question?
How
does Jack do that?
How on earth Jack spins slowly, though cross-legged, as he's deep.
I believe it's an effect that he's actually standing still, and it's we who are rotating around him.
Oh, I was gonna say it was a very complex combination of muscle movements in his buttock region, like how a snake slithers along the ground.
Sure, let's go with either of those explanations.
I think that one would have been closest to the truth had anybody actually been able to see what was going on.
Yeah, he's actually just sitting on the slug, and the slug is turning.
I keep forgetting about this fucking slug.
The longer he can keep it concealed, the better.
I'm under the impression that after he made the hole in the wall, the slug, while he was sleeping, found its way in and just slithered its way in.
Jack is like, Jack is like, I'm itchy. Starts dragging his butt along the floor, leaving a snail trail.
God. I'd be very worried.
I could see Jack doing that. So Jack starts scooting along the floor, leaving a snail trail, and then inadvertently makes like a face circle with the snail trail.
Jack's butt aside. Alright, well, I'm gonna be here watching. None of you guys break out, okay? Or else I gotta do something about it as he taps his crossbow.
How about you not?
I like the voice crack with the tapping of the crossbow.
Right.
Real nice.
No.
Don't worry, we won't try anything.
He has no beard. He's got like a little bit of peach fuzz.
Roll me perception.
Trying to be intimidating.
Who rolls perception?
Whoever wants to, really.
Okay.
I don't even really care anymore.
Raphael is he's praying. He's doing the cloth around the eye thing, the blindfold thing, trying to find the sun, like he's doing his whole.
Jack and Deacon, as you are of keen eye, and Deacon.
Of course, like I'm so busy doing this lecture, and my two students
have pondered on.
Yes, Jack and Deacon. And Deacon, skilled at spotting disguises, notes the peach fuzz he has does not appear to even be there. It appears to be a bit of charcoal is used to make.
I'm sorry.
You can only assume that, as the other day he was clean shaven, he's slowly making it.
He's making a what?
beard.
He is making a beard that he starts with a little bit of peach fuzz, and the next day he's going to add a little bit more peach fuzz, and so on and so forth until he's got a full beard, and it seems.
I love his enthusiasm.
Yeah, he's a weirdo.
You mean this guy is gluing shit to his face?
No, he's using a bit of charcoal.
He's drawing on his
Only
face. He's drawing on his face to pretend he has a...
Yeah, if only he was gluing things to his face, then that would be more believable.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Somebody's gonna need to create water and like splash it on his face.
Yeah, oh no, splash.
I was actually thinking if I could find a way to curse him and turn him into a dwarf or something.
Would that be really a curse?
All the beard you can handle.
Yep. That's happy enough in that.
The day continues on. You've got not much to do except try and find ways to pass the time. You do note the deputy's doing his best to try some magic as he's working on some hand signs, and after an hour or so of focusing all of his energy, he creates a single mode of light.
He creates what?
A mote of light.
He has for dancing lights, but it's dancing light, and it's holding there as he's doing his best to...
Raphael is gonna be like legitimately like supportive and like happy that he did it. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, good job."
Thank you. Yeah, there's a little bow and the light just...
Who's taught you?
Self-taught mostly. I got a book from the Unfurling Scroll, and I've been trying to...
Well, you're doing a good job. Not that I would deign to tell you, teach you of your own method, but I think one thing to keep in mind as far as magic's concerned is, I guess, also visualizing in your mind. You probably visualize in your mind what you want to happen. It's also good to relax a bit. You're doing fine on your own end, but I try focusing more on the idea and let it manifest, rather than trying to force it out of yourself. But you're doing fine as is, if I may be so bold to say. Also, I think. No. I would also say. Sorry. Again, not to try to tell you how to do your own thing, but I'd say practice charms and cantrips. Even back when I was a young boy learning magic with my mother, she would, let's say, getting the basics down there too. Getting the basics down too also, it's helpful to study magic in the long run. Just like seeds grow into crops and other things, magic from the very start, from cantrips all the way to the most advanced spells, kind of follows a silver line through with it. Just keep going what you're doing. I think you'll do fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with this one. It's already pretty hard.
You're doing fine with it, Izza.
Baby steps. Actually, can I roll a knowledge religion to see if that was like arcane magic or divine magic?
That appears to be arcane magic.
Okie doke. So he's like sorcerer, wizard, somewhere in there.
He appears to be a self-taught wizard that got it in the academy back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Well, I can't really help him then.
I could, but I'm busy teaching language.
No. Let's see, not to try to metagame or anything else, but is it possible to teach other people some easy cantrips when you know them yourself, or is it just... you gotta have to...
I mean, it's kind of like trying to teach someone how to, like, sew. Once you know how to do it, it's easy, but to just say, do this, doesn't exactly help it click. Or like trying to explain to someone how to ride a bike when there's no bike.
Yeah, I was just thinking more along the lines of magical theory and just sharing experiences, not to help them in any fundamentally academic way. Just like...
I mean, I know I'm kind of fresh to this stuff. I've only been practicing for like a year, but I'll take whatever you guys got. Like, what comes after...
What comes after, huh?
What comes after cantrips?
No, that would be the level 1 spells, Habib.
Yeah. Like I said before.
Yeah, it takes out his opening and starts writing down. Level 1 spells.
Don't worry about level 1 spells just yet. Focus on the cantrips, baby steps. You want a good foundation before you go trying to run off and get all the big flashy spells. Fundamentals are key.
He's basically writing down every single word you say as he's writing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's right. And this may be an odd thing for me to say, granted everything else, but something my mother taught me too is, if you're gonna learn spells and everything else, and again, this may sound strange, and I appreciate if you laugh or anything else like that, but try singing. Here's what I mean. When you try to sing in an instance, you learn the song, and you also try to put yourself into it. Like
then you can become a bard.
Well, actually, there's something to that too. Because just like with spells, you have to focus on the song, the meaning, and especially if a song you really like, once you have its meaning in hand, and you apply not only your own energies, magical or otherwise, into that, it's kind of like breathing. You kind of get more used to it, and it also resonates with it.
Or you can put on a bunch of weight, get some fake tusk, dye your skin green, and go join the tribes and learn to be a shaman. They'll teach you really strong magic.
Yeah, starts writing this.
No. Oh, okay. I'll just like, if he's close enough to the bars, and if he's writing it down, I'll just like slowly put my hand out and like just put my hand on the notepad, just going like no.
Okay. He squares his feet off. He begins taking a little bit of magical accoutrement from his spell component pouch and just begins focusing, saying the words, and just goes, I'm a little teapot, short and small.
Okay, so when it gets to an appropriately dramatic point, I will use Mage Hand to like knock something off of his desk.
Why? No, let him do it.
Big spark coming out of his hands, forming into like, here is my handle, here is my spout, as it begins to build an energy, flickering a little bit into a proper ball. if you tip me over, and then a bunch of books come falling up, and the magic.
Jack will do flare right then, just to add a little dazzle effect to the guy targeting him with.
I'm still trying to teach here.
Give him the old razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
And again, my two students have yet again decided to go off and do their thing, and do I have anything on my person other than my book?
No.
He I don't seeing spots as your flare hits him right between the eyes.
I want to hit you with a ruler, both of you.
Now, Jack doesn't laugh about this. No, Jack, he sits there stone-faced as the guy starts reeling around from flare going off in his face, and he goes, I didn't think it was that effective.
I've never seen flare actually work.
Most of these cantrips work.
Right?
That's a good question.
Is that the time though that a bit of laughter comes out of the door? Ah, that was funny. You see a small boy step in. You all recognize this kid. That was the one that was hanging out with the goblins earlier.
Great a delinquent.
Hey.
This appears to be the leader of their group.
Great, the lead delinquent.
Sure.
You mean a child that is currently on the wrong path?
I don't see how that isn't a delinquent. Isn't that what I said?
Cyphers, please.
Hey, Toby, what can I help you with? He's like, oh, I just wanted to talk to you about stuff, wanted to see a crossbow and stuff. Can I play with it? He's like, I can't really let you.
Before the guard says anything, I'm immediately just like, no! You can't play with a crossbow.
Jack and Cyphers, roll me a perception.
This was actually the stupid fucking goblin, ain't it? Perception, you say? I'm not good at that. 12.
You don't hear it, but Jack, your keen gnomish ears pick up.
I slide over to the hole. What?
Oh yeah, he's got gnomish ears. That's right.
I'm sure Jack has many ears. You just put on my listening ears. Reaches for a bag that's.
I love when you cut out, and it could be something very dramatic, or
a bag.
Yeah, that would be appropriate. Jack would definitely have a leaking bag or two.
I can't, and I have to push down a button.
That's fine. Just remember to push it down before you talk.
Yes, going to the hole, Jack, you do see the three of the kids are standing on each other's shoulders, and Smiggins appears to be at the top of it with the bucket. Hey!
I push out the bricks. I slide out the hole.
Okay, now, hold on. Because I don't think I'm going to just sit idly by while trying to teach you two.
Anymore?
And watch you leave.
Moving on to verb and conjugation, trying to show about how to properly work through it, and you turn and Jack is not there. And you can only make one of
You're trying so hard.
I was gonna have a fun day.
Apparently, it's not as good as you thought it was at keeping the attention of young ones.
Well, no, I'm not that surprised, but I was gonna have a fun day.
You also realize now at this point that Toby clearly has been sent in to distract the guard, as the deputy doesn't want to tell him no or be rude to him, but he's asking him all kinds of questions like, hey, can I try on your helmet? Can I put on your armor? He's like, no, there might be an attack.
Kid, go away!
Well,
the rest of the
mom
said
stuff. Talk to criminals, and you're a criminal, so he just shrugs at you.
We're people of interest.
Okay, well, you're behind bars, so
There's
He
such a
shrugs again at you.
concept, child, as innocent until proven guilty.
Kid, you're one step away from getting a spell cast at you.
Yeah, just sticks his tongue back out at Cyphus.
Is that how it's gonna be? I stick my tongue out at him.
Yeah, puts both fingers into his cheeks, just pulls him out while he's just sticking out. Oh.
Alright, I cast Lesser Confusion on him. Make a will save. The DC for my...
Natural 20!
Oh, fuck you!
Draw the power of the book. You unleash this to try and bend and move his mind. And it's the darndest thing. It just doesn't do anything on him. And you check for a moment. You certainly cast it. He's fine.
Okay, we're playing Skyrim where we can't kill children, okay?
I wasn't gonna kill him.
Another traveler here to
I'm gonna
lick
make him
my
a
father's
drooling idiot in
boots.
6 seconds.
Good job.
Listen, if I was ever playing in the Skyrim universe, I'd build my armor out of children.
At this point, I'm trying to get out of these bars to strangle this kid.
He's doing his best to keep Toby back as he's just making all kinds of faces. So, Jack, you're outside.
Right.
You know, I will use Mage Hand to give this kid a wedgie.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Shenanigans are good.
My student! You've done well.
Jack is happy about the situation as he's looking through the hole, but now he's he's outside with the kids. The other kids, I should say.
Don't drop. I'll try to give you this. As he hands you the bucket of slugs.
Yay!
You see 2 long tendrils form to stalks as 2 eyes open up. Its mouth opens and you can see a rows and rows of teeth as you realize the inside of a slug's mouth is horrible.
Oh no.
He's looking in there and he kind of goes, I just got a really good idea.
No.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh yeah!
Jailbreak!
Right. And then he immediately crawls back in with the bucket.
You may add 1 medium slug to your inventory.
Yeah. The funny part is, I pull the bucket in, and then I start dancing around the bucket. And as I start dancing around the bucket starts to dissolve as what it was once just a pair of stalks, and a small slug is starting to grow larger as my dance continues.
What's going on there?
Sorry, friends.
As he's dancing around, the smile on his face, he's like, oh, I have treats for you later, and he keeps his dance going.
He's not gonna kill us. We're good.
I don't know about that.
He was gonna kill us? No, maybe. We got
Maybe.
Right.
I guess it depends on how murder hobo he feels that day.
Roll a die, high
Mid
or low.
wedgie, Toby sticks tongue out at the whole group, not knowing who it is. He goes, "Okay, well, I have to go, but can I see how tough your armor is?" Debbie's like, sure. Take your best shot." And Toby just swings one right between the legs, bringing the deputy to his knees.
Okay,
and
no. As he's
dropping
walking
him.
away, 5 mage hand of pressure on on his back foot.
I'd like to cast Lesser Confusion again. Don't I have more than one cast? I actually don't know if I have more. I don't think I have more than one cast.
Reach your hand out, wanting to blow his mind, and
yeah, I only have one. So never mind, I can't do that.
Like noise akin to what the deputy was doing earlier is made. Just.
Oh no.
So you put a bit of force on his back.
No, on his back foot to trip him, basically.
Oh,
like a
It's basically knocking his foot out from under him.
yeah.
roll a reflex save. He got a 19.
This kid's unstoppable,
So
guys.
he hops. Tunk, tunk, tunk. Ooh.
Just needs
Toby's gonna kill us all.
You're starting to realize why all the other kids probably hung out with him.
Right.
He's a monster. He's actually lit.
He's really a monster inside.
He's a bad guy. If Kendra's not, then it must be him.
So yes, after that brief moment, Cyphus, you turn back, and there's a very large slug, and Jack is dancing.
The slug is increasing in size. It started off about something akin to about maybe 9 inches, and it is now approaching the 3-foot mark.
Why? Why do I... I was about to ask God, but I don't believe in God, so, shit. Why do I
Hey, we
have
don't
to
want to
do
get political on this, okay?
Cyphus does. Cyphus is ready to get political.
Oh no.
Sir, when you pick yourself off the floor, can I have a new cell?
Just a minute.
I'm getting... This one's getting crowded.
Jeez. I turn to Raphael and go, Raphael, is there any chance you could, I don't know, cast heal from afar? Because I think our deputy needs it badly.
Nah, he's fine.
Picks himself up, spreads his legs, just
breathe. Just breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Slow down that heart rate.
What? Kid's an asshole.
Stretch.
You should go arrest him.
You probably should. That's assault on an officer.
Do you know how much my brother would pick on me if I arrested a kid?
I don't particularly care. Do you get to choose who you arrest? Does that mean if you like somebody and they commit a crime, you won't arrest them?
Well, I mean...
Crime has been
that,
committed, sir.
You could spend years training in the magical arts, delving into forbidden lore until you find an ancient and terrible curse with which to afflict those that have tormented you. But who would do such a thing?
Mark
We all look
Cyphus.
I think we all look at Deacon.
Yeah.
Cyphus has proven today he can't even curse a kid.
That is kind of true.
Slow clap. Slow clap.
Anyway, we were learning the ancient tongue of the,
Oh, were you?
I was. You saw
Is
me.
that
I was
what you
standing
were
here.
doing?
I didn't do anything.
Much. I think.
So,
Does anything else
any
happen?
more business?
Yeah.
At this point, looking at the deputy's plight, I'm trying to rack my brain to see if I can summon any kind of spells to help him, particularly of a very frosty nature, but unfortunately I'm drawing a blank.
You could kill him.
Frosty isn't
Like
to
an ice bag for the junk to make me feel.
Yeah, shoot him with a ray of frost right in the balls.
I'll say you rolling the snowball, thank you.
Snowball?
Ow!
Here, take 2d6 of damage, punk.
Okay. What we can do is, I can create water in a bucket, and you can ray of frost it, and maybe that'll help.
Sure, but unfortunately I'm kind of drawing with a blank for that spell.
I'm fine, okay? I just gotta spread my legs for it.
I hate
You're rather strong. You're rather strong, deputy. Stronger than me in that instance. if I can talk after being hit there, I would say otherwise.
Alright, back to the lesson.
At this point, I am sort of
when the lesson starts back up, Jack's the chant that was going with the dance drops down to a very, very small mumble, and he's every maybe 4 or 5 words you say, he's trying to repeat one.
Okay.
You can tell that you easily are still somehow distracting or keeping his attention.
How do you see that one verb in Aklo? Is it Tura or Ura? Sorry, I missed that. Tura?
Lura, lura, lura.
No, you have to say it more in the back of the throat.
It's very phlegmy. Very phlegmy.
No, don't choke yourself. Jesus.
Right.
Don't kink shame me.
Okay, Raphael. That's what you got all these silk scarves for. You keep saying it's for religious practice, but I'm not so sure.
Hey,
right,
we also
Jack?
follow Desna. Like, we do all kinds of stuff. You don't know us.
You don't know
Jack's
me.
using a little bit of the acid to try to trace out some of the words that you're saying on the walls.
Okay, fine. Yeah, at this point, Cyphus just doesn't care. This whole room is ruined anyway. You know what? We're just gonna have to hope nobody notices until after we leave.
Hey, has that slug always been?
No, it
Jack
hasn't.
looks at him and he goes,
Totally.
"Yeah,
You can't lie, Jack.
it's been over there." And he points out the window.
It's not really in the cell.
Well, you said, "Has it always been there?" And I didn't know where there you were referring to, so I just affirmed him positively.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get that out of there so it doesn't.
No.
Eat it.
No. Do not
That's
touch
not
that.
the-
You will lose your hands.
Smile. It just grows from ear to ear when he says that.
Wild land slugs are very aggressive. I mean, look at it. It's a killing machine.
It looks at him curiously. And then Jack kind of goes, "Well, he says we're not allowed in here, so..."
Look, this particular species is a Stratoris ingori. That means that it's highly corrosive to the touch if it feels threatened. Now, clearly it doesn't feel threatened, it's actually enjoying the dance. So if you just leave it alone, it'll be fine.
Can you guys escape?
Define escape.
No.
Be in here?
Not be in there? Yes, of course.
Okay, you two, you're good guys, right? As he points to Raph.
No, they're not. They're holy people. That's a big difference.
Look, Deputy,
do.
I have no
I'll be
intention of leaving until my sentence is up, and I assure you I will do everything in my power to keep Jack here with me.
And Jack sticks his tongue out at you mid-dance and then keeps going.
You have
Now,
hurt me
if
this
you
day.
excuse me, you're talking about the subtleties of Ura.
Right, but is there 2 U's or 1?
It's 3 O's.
Oh, I thought it had an apostrophe. I thought it was an AI apostrophe.
No, it's 3 O's apostrophe R-A-H.
I'm also going
Well, that
to
actually-
nudge Rigel. Talk to the guard about magic. His finger movements need work.
Needs help.
Giggity.
He needs some dexterity checks.
So, the deputy walks out quickly, and after about 5 minutes, comes back with 2 heads of lettuce. He rips a leaf off, and he throws it into the cell near the slug. As the creature slowly but surely picks it up and just starts chewing on it. He throws another leaf in and is trying to lead.
Jack kind of goes, he whispers something to it, and then he laughs, and then the creature will continue to eat the lettuce and get closer and closer to the bars.
I will call the deputy over.
He's right beside you. Yeah.
Okay, deputy, your attention, please. I hand him the packet of salt that came with my dinner last night. A good wizard is always prepared.
I don't want to hurt.
Draw a line.
Okay.
A line of salt can contain many powerful forces.
Jack's face is starting to get more and more perturbed as this conversation continues.
I actually got something. He goes and pulls from one of the shelves a large leather case and pops it open and begins ruffling through some stuff. You can see there's various daggers of different metallic materials until he finds a large container of salt. He pops open, and once the creature's close enough to the bars, he's going to, or not right up to the bars, but he draws a line, and then he draws a line behind it and just puts it in a nice little rectangle. It kind of is trying to reach over it towards the man that was giving him lettuce, and he just puts both heads in, not in the salt, but in the salt rectangle, so the creature can just readily get.
I think he would be eating it, and then Jack would look at this situation, look at you guys, look at the situation again, walks over to the salt, and starts kicking it away from the salt.
No, you're Faye. Salt is good against you too.
Yep, that's what these metal boots are for. As he's using the boots to keep kicking the salt.
Now, Jack, what's his name?
I haven't named him yet. His name is probably going to be something to the tune of... What do you think? Bundle?
Bundle.
How about Glenn?
What did you say?
I said Glenn. I think it's a nice...
Glenn?
Glenn, huh?
G-L-E-N.
He looks over at the slugs. What do you think? Are you a Glenn?
Just continues chewing on a leaf.
Bundle. You know, a pack, like a thickly packed group of a bundle of cloths is known as a salam in Aklo. Maybe Sal?
Alright, Sal the slug.
It pokes its two stalks out and then goes back to eating lettuce. You hear a come from outside. It seems Ba has heard there's lettuce and
Bot just busts through the hole.
Right?
Oh yeah! I want lettuce too!
It's like Jack hears Ba. He pops open, he moves some of the bricks out of the way, he looks at Ba. Hold on. He walks over to the guy. More lettuce!
Yeah, get some more lettuce, and a bit of amusement is had throughout the day, as this deputy seems rather nice and good for conversation. As the day goes on, the sheriff shows up. Alright, you boys
Jack
have served
replaces the bricks before the sheriff gets up.
You boys have served most of your sentence, and I think it's time that you all be let out to serve your house arrest. How's that sound?
Fantastic.
What?
That's
Jack
giant
looks at him.
slug.
He's named Sal.
He looks to his son. I've been practicing my magic.
That's perfect. That is exactly what Jack wanted to hear him say.
Look, one moment it wasn't here, the next it was.
Exactly.
Get better.
Honestly, I don't know how it showed up.
I kind of think I might have summoned him with my magic, but I can't be sure. Alright, well, I love you, son. Let's get these nice people and the slug you summoning out of here. Alright?
Yeah, we'll
Sounds
take care of the slug. It appears that my companion has become attached to it.
And then Jack jumps onto it and gets partially stuck as he...
Oh god. Okay.
And then, as you
That was perfect because you cut out, so it was as you.
sink into it.
Yes, sinks into him. Exactly. Perfect.
So, the sheriff and the deputy lead you all home as you, I assume, ride the slug. Ba and Sika are excited to see you let out, Sika having watched the house.
Right.
And you all find yourselves home to a more comfortable bed and begin to rest. Roll me a
I'm immediately going to start on the food before Kendra has the chance to get at it.
Made a dish for all your release.
I was about to say she's probably ready for us.
Oh, damn it! Oh no!
It's a pie.
Oh, Jack looks
What's
at the
in it?
pie.
I'm more worried than ever.
I say in Akla, remember what happened to the last person who ate one of her pies.
Oh, well, that's what you attempt to say.
Oh yeah. Hold on. I gotta know.
You really say, remember but food pie taste last.
Oh shit! Wrong creature.
Sal rolled it. Sal goes, yeah, it's
Sal
fine.
That was good. All right.
I think I do okay. Got a 26.
Hey,
but
there we go.
You've only practiced for one day, dude.
True.
It's a little infuriating. You've spent many a day over those books trying to master the language, and this guy's
This guy's picking.
Well, dude, I didn't have a teacher. I had to learn from text. So, fuck off.
Hearing it spoken aloud makes it so much easier.
It's great. Jack understood maybe 1 in every 3 words you used.
Well, for its worst, I think you're a good teacher. And then he hands him and he hands him, and then I hand him a little a couple sheets of paper. Going, I did take notes from the lesson, and I'm not too sure these spellings are correct. And maybe you can look over them later, if it's alright with you.
I'd be happy to.
Thank you. I then proceed to walk over to try to. Well, I made a gesture. I'm going to try to attempt to pet Sika for watching the house, but knowing Sika's like, touch me and I rip your hand off. Like, okay.
as your hand approaches Sika, she just opens her mouth and puts it all around your hand, but doesn't bite down. And then
just sucks on it.
Weird.
You just feel the weirdest sensation of this.
She likes the salt.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that, and just after she's done, I just like, thank you for not ripping my hand off, Sika. I appreciate that.
begins to chew on your clothes.
What the? Well, could be worse, but it's good to see all you two, and you too, Sal.
Once everyone's inside, Jack strips and starts running around grabbing things.
Oh, great.
Oh, boy.
I don't even want to know.
So, as everyone makes their way to their bedroom, because I assume no one wants to try that.
I'm in the living room still. That's where I sleep or stay at night.
Yeah.
So, everyone going to bed except Jack. And who does this mean?
I mean, I don't sleep.
Yes, but you still have a place to go to.
I'm in the living room, yeah.
Yeah.
Jack, who all was affected by the reflex save that y'all need?
Okay, so let me double check.
Wonderful.
It is Cyphus for sure.
Great.
Deacon was there, and Grigori. But Raphael and Rigel actually managed to escape Jack's angst.
Okay then. So if everyone except Raphael and Rigel could make a
Alright.
Dang, I'm only gonna get one of them.
Yeah.
you want to make that reflex?
Ooh, that is a good question. Maybe I'll get 2. Come on, low reflex Grigori.
He's got kind of high dex.
I know, that's why I'm hoping for that low reflex.
Ooh,
Oh, yes! I got 2!
So, if you'd be so kind as to describe what happens in the middle of their trip.
So it's the weirdest sensation of trepidation as for all but Rigel and Rigel, what are you doing?
You made a roll for no.
Right. So I got Grigori. So everyone else they get this odd sensation that there's something hovering over their heads and step back instead of forward when they go into their respective areas. But Grigori steps forward as a bucket full of mealworms and maggots just kind of dumps on his head.
Oh god.
As everyone else just sees basically a bucket's worth of, or half a bucket's worth of mealworms and maggots just kind of fall right in front of them as they stopped in the doorway going, wait a minute.
I vaporize mine.
So, as everyone begins making their way to bed, Jack, roll me a will.
And Jack doesn't do will very well. Of course.
As sleep comes to everyone, you hear a voice whisper, a very familiar voice. You belong to me. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
I know exactly how Jack's eyes got 3 sizes larger that day. Especially if that voice was an Orcish. If it wasn't an Orcish, it maybe only got 2 sizes larger.
Well, thank you everyone watching for joining us for this latest installment in Pathfinder, the Carrion Crown from D6 Damage. And also, if you're playing a spellcaster in your next Pathfinder game, be sure and look for the Spell Tracker app, available on Google Play and the Apple App Store. It's a fantastic way to keep track of spells, and with the premium version, special abilities. Alright guys.
We would have said songs.
Go ahead.
Have any magical moment.
I don't know about this guy here, but I'm gonna just say that it's been a pleasure playing with y'all today.
Likewise.
That's Sal, by the
Thanks,
way.
Jack. Oh, Sal.
That's not Jack, that's Sal.
Alright, sorry.
Sal's from Brooklyn.
Sal's from Brooklyn. Hey, Sally! How you doing?
Call him Sal, the Brooklyn Slug.
Sal, the Brooklyn Slug.
I can eat
Thanks for
anything, guys.
coming in. We're going to go back to talking about Power Rangers.